Prabhuji, I find it very difficult to recognize consciousness, and I often feel frustrated and even depressed because I feel that my efforts are in vain. Could you please give me some advice?
Your question can be divided in two parts. In the first part, you say you find it difficult to recognize consciousness or awareness. But, according to what you say, seems you are very aware of your situation. The fact that you are aware that is so difficult for you, the recognition of consciousness, means you are conscious. Without being aware, or without the presence of awareness, how could you be aware of so many things? If in this moment, suppose your doctor asks you, are you aware? You will say, yes. Most of the people, if you go in the street now and ask, are you aware? Most of them will answer affirmatively. If I ask every one of you, are you conscious? Your answer will be yes, but pay attention. Not in the question, not in the answer, but focus yourself in what happens in between the question and the answer. If I ask you, are you aware? And you answer yes, how do you know it? Who told you? Where you check? Where are you found this awareness? And not only that, what or who found it, recognized it? Awareness is, but doesn't exist. To exist is to exist in time and space, in the temporality. The ego exists. Experiences exist, but they are not. To be is to be the one, immutable, never change. And that is the problem when you look for awareness. You don't find it. because it doesn't exist. You look for something inexistent. But only awareness is. So awareness is, but doesn't exist in time and space. It is not objectual. So in between the question and the answer, are you aware? And the answer, yes. In between, it's a gap where the mind is totally absent. And in that gap is awareness recognizing awareness. Consciousness is conscious of itself. So, only rest. Let yourself to rest in yourself. Less consciousness to relax in consciousness. Stay there. And you say, I often feel frustrated and even depressed because I feel that my efforts are in vain. Could you please give me some advice? In the chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, there are two verses, 13 and 14. 13 say, Dehinosmin yathadihi kaumaram yovanam jara tathadihantara praptir dhiras tatra namoyati. 14 say, Matras parashastu kaunteya shitosh sukha dukkadaha agama pajino nityas tamsti tikshaswa bharat. These two verses, beautiful verses in Sanskrit. 213 talk about the change from boyhood to youthhood to old age and to other body at death, this change. And talk about the dhira. The dhira is the wise. It's not bewildered by these changes. The next one, the 14, Matras Prashastu Kaunteya, talk about the change of happiness and distress, the appearance and disappearance of happiness and distress, like winter and summer seasons. And one more time, the one who is want to need to develop tolerance, how you can tolerate them with awareness. What these two verses talk is about experiences and the content of the experiences. This world is made of experiences, nothing else. Emotions, thoughts, sensations, and perception. You cannot find nothing in this universe that is not emotions, thoughts, sensations, and perceptions. That is all your life. You never perceive, know nothing beyond emotions, thoughts, sensations, and perception. And that is your family, your friends, your childhood, your parents, all your past. If I ask you, remember your grandfather or your father, you will See only emotions. Who is your father? Thoughts, ideas, perceptions of colors, forms, but nothing else. In the recognition of consciousness, we are not busy with experiences because awareness is not another experience. We are not busy with the content of the experiences. They come and go. We are busy with what is aware of experiences. That is the recognition of consciousness. It's the recognition of and what can recognize consciousness? Only consciousness. A feeling, an emotion cannot be aware. A thought, an idea cannot be aware. A sensation, a perception cannot be aware. The only one that can be aware is awareness. So only awareness can recognize awareness. And be careful, you don't need to deal with experiences or the content of experiences. So if you feel frustrated, if you are aware that you cannot recognize awareness, and you are aware that you are of your frustration, that is fantastic. Rest in what is aware of your frustration. At the same, because these are content of experiences and simultaneously. Sometimes when you feel this was an amazing meditation, amazing blessings, amazing, and you're happy, don't be busy with this happiness because this is too a content of an experience. And we are not busy with content of experiences. Instead of that, whatever is the experience, whatever, pay attention if you are aware. And there, in that awareness, simple rest. In that moment, nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Simple rest. Relax. Let yourself rest in yourself. That is the moment you are back home.